My name is Mark Hicks. I'm the owner, the founder of Plate 11 Workbench Company. I started the company last year in May. I've been building furniture for a living for about 11 years, and I got to a point with my woodworking where I felt like I could probably do more if I had a different skill set. I had been doing mostly power tool woodworking, and I had a set of chisels in the shop that I couldn't sharpen, and I felt like certainly I could do more. So I started investigating hand tools and bought my first hand plane and a copy of the Anarchist Tool Chest, and read that book, and I thought, here's kind of a simple, no-nonsense approach to getting into hand tools. I got into that and took a class at the Mark Adams School on campaign chests, and it had all the basic joinery in it, all the basic skills. I learned to sharpen in May of 2013. And while I was at the school, I was basically dared by Chris Schwarz to start a workbench company. I had decided to make a workbench for myself, and it was a design that he thought was subpar for somebody that had the tools to make, a true Roubeau bench like this one. And he said, not only should I have a good bench in my shop, but I should make benches for others, and I should spread benches throughout the country. So I said I could do that, and he said if I could get a prototype together, I could put it in his booth at Handworks. And 2 weeks later, I snuck a bench into Handworks without Jamil's permission. Sorry, Jamil. And it started there. Came back from that show and refined the design, found different sources, and my entire woodworking has changed. All the hand tool skills I have, I owe to making these benches. The original prototype was made from a glued up 8-quarter European beech, and that's because the Roubeau text describes this beech as one of the primary bench woods. And I didn't quite like that process, so I started looking for thicker material. I wanted that big beefy top instead of a big glued up laminate. And on chance, I took a workbench to a furniture show, and a gentleman who worked at a local sawmill said, you ought to use silver maple for these things. I said, well, I can't get any thick silver maple in my area. And he said, well, we have it. We saw 16-quarter silver maple all day long. Silver maple is very stiff, especially when it's 4 inches thick. It's considered a soft maple, but it's a great bench wood because it tends to take the dents instead of your work when you're moving it and interacting with your pieces. And it's available, and it's not overly expensive. It keeps the price of the kits and the benches down. And I like it as a bench material. It also has great figure. I mean, you get lots of color, and you get lots of different figures. The quarter sawn silver maple is really pretty. You get these beautiful waves and sparkles. So I really like it as a bench material. Well, the original concept of the company was to make and sell kits that were completely unoutfitted. So the reason I had decided to make a bench was I was busy. I had furniture to make. I couldn't find a pre-made bench that had the hardware on it that I liked. So I decided I would have to make my own bench. And a lot of woodworkers run into that. They like the benches that are out there, but it's not, they want a leg vise, they don't want a face vise, they want a wagon vise, they don't want a tail vise. So I thought, well, I'll give you the blank slate, and you kit it out however you want. And people responded to that, but they also said, well, I really just want you to make the bench. So we offer blank slate kits. Some of them with the Roubeau joinery from Plate 11, which is the inspiration for the name of the company. Also more simply made kits with just single tenons that run through. And we just recently started making split top Roubeaus, which were basically inspired by the bench crafted design. Those typically get bench crafted hardware. People really like that stuff. And with the new Glide, it's a really sharp set of hardware. This bench is made to be more of a classic reference back to the plate. So it has a wooden screw that was cut directly into the leg by Nick at Lake Erie Tool Works. This is closest to what you would have seen on a bench that was made in the 18th century. We added a crisscross from Benchcrafted to give it easier operation. That's our little modern touch. It also comes with replica Roubeau holdfast that was forged by Peter Ross, and a planing stock which is hidden by this board here. But I really like these classic benches. I like the simplicity and the ability to do just about anything because it's not set up for something specific. Basic French kit with the straight tenon, you could have it together in a day. So that you're taking a 60-hour minimum project and reducing it down to 1 day of assembly. The mortises are all cut, they're all square, the tenons are fat. If they shrink when they get to your shop or they expand when they get to your shop, they're not going to fit anyways, so we don't fit them before they leave. But we do cut them and we do get them very close. So if you have a set of floats or a block plane and a shoulder plane or a really good paring chisel, you can just shave those joints and put it together in a day. If you're going to do a leg vise, you've got a little more time involved, but generally that's not more than a day as well. So in a weekend, you've got a really great workbench, and that's the idea. Now you can pay for a fully assembled one and we'll ship it to you and you just have to pull it out of the crate. But we really like the idea of the kits. I think getting people involved in the final assembly of their bench gives them an appreciation for what goes into making a bench like this. None of my benches are finished, but I don't do any finishing on my benches, and I'm pretty persnickety about keeping the glue off. As soon as it touches the bench, I dry it off. But boiled linseed oil is certainly a very easy finish. There are also people that mix boiled linseed oil with varnish and mineral spirits, just a basic even part per each. You don't want to build a big film on the surface of your bench. You're just trying to keep water from a cup or glue from a glue up or maybe the occasional bit of finish off the bench. If you make it slick, your work's going to move around on you, and it's not going to do what you're wanting it to do, which is hold your work.